Steve here.
And Lark.
And welcome back to Going In Raw Overrun bonus episode time. I want to say thanks to everybody out there.
Yes, everybody. Thank you.
For supporting. You don't know what I was about to thank them for.
Supporting
those
Going
look
In.
nice.
Like those?
I like Volt.
I'd like Volt too.
I like
They're
Volt.
around like $53.
Are they comfy?
Yeah, they're not bad.
How you shoes? Are they comfy?
before.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to say thanks to everybody out there. Yeah. Good show today. Solid show. I thought we were kind of goofy today. I like it.
Yeah.
Typically we do that with NXT anyways. Man, so many changes going on in the world of wrestling.
I know. I've got this whole thing I'm writing for News Brief about commentary changes and stuff.
Happy your anniversary.
Oh, thank you.
By the way.
Thank you.
You're going to be leaving once we do News Brief.
Yeah.
Skedaddle out of here. Any plans? Not going to hop in any pools with women who aren't your wife as well?
No, I'm not. I don't think I can handle that lifestyle, man.
Seems like a lot of energy expended.
I know. I'm not a high energy person, so.
Oh man. So yeah, we'll get to the point of this thumbnail in a little bit. First, let's do this news brief. I know you're a big Jose Canseco fan.
Well, that's not entirely true.
News brief, non-news. I mean, let's do this non-news real quick.
Group of Northern A's fans. Yeah, Canseco
And
McGuire.
McGuire,
McGuire was
yeah.
my guy.
Oh, okay.
He was my favorite player growing up.
Right on.
But when I think Jose Canseco, the most indelible image I have in my mind is when he's trying to catch a baseball. Instead, it bounced off the top of his head and went over the fence for a home run.
Did they really break a teammate's arm doing the...
Oh, that's probably BS.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Huh. So anyways, what is this about Jose Canseco? He wants to be part of pro wrestling now.
Well, apparently he's going to be on November 3rd for World Class Revolution Pro Wrestling. They made an announcement on their Facebook saying that he's going to make his pro wrestling debut at their event called Oklahomania 4. My understanding this is somewhere in Oklahoma.
Ah, okay.
Yes, in Ardmore, Oklahoma. To coincide with this, they're having a home run derby as well. At Ardmore Regional Park. Proceeds for that will be donated for the Carter County Toys for Tots. So no information as far as who he might be competing against, but I guess the idea is that he's going to have a match.
How do you spell Ardmore?
Ardmore.
Okay.
Ardmore. I don't know what that is in Oklahoma in relation to Tulsa or Oklahoma City.
Find out. I'm fascinated. Whenever I hear something, man, I'm fascinated.
Yeah, I know. I hear it as town or city. I don't know exactly where it is. I always go to maps.
Look at this. This is great.
Is that a quaint little downtown area?
Yeah, man. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I don't know if I would like living in a place like that, or if I'd go like crazy. It's
pretty slow
because it's slow. But I might like.
I've
slow.
never lived in a town quite that small with downtown quite like that. But I've been to town, especially in the Midwest. Oh man, they got a little movie.
They have a
on
nice
there.
little website. Oh, they have a drone shot here.
Wow, look at that.
They have a coffee shop
they
for
had
sure.
The grain silo in the background, the grain mill.
I mean, seemingly,
I like coffee.
They've got this spooky.
Well,
little,
check where it is in relation to like Oklahoma City or Tulsa.
Their Chamber of Commerce seems to be doing okay because they have a snazzy website.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad almost got a job in Tulsa.
Oh, okay, sure.
And I don't think it was a high probability of that happening, but we could have moved there as opposed to.
Oh, it's not that well.
Looks like it's like halfway between Oklahoma City and Dallas.
And Dallas, yeah.
So there was a possibility I could have moved to Tulsa rather than to the Sacramento area, and my life would have been completely different.
So would mine been. I know. I wonder what I've done. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what we would have done. I don't know. Anyways,
I'd probably still be with the Kings.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, unless you were pivotal to me meeting Hilton.
Entirely possible.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole butterfly effect,
man.
Maybe.
Anyways, Jose Canseco was a fascinating individual. He once accidentally, I believe, blew off the tip of his finger, or his thumb. Had it reattached. I believe he's playing poker. The reattached part of his digit fell off, and then he tried to sell it on eBay.
Yeah, look at that. November 17th, 2014, Jose Canseco says he will sell his finger on eBay.
Yeah, they didn't let him do that. I don't believe you can sell body parts on eBay. That's a bad precedent if they let him sell part of his finger.
Then it's open season.
Open season on body parts on eBay. You don't want that.
I want the update to this story where they say they can't. Or they say you cannot do that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's 4 days later. Sorry, Jose Canseco, but you can't sell your finger and the gun that blew it off on eBay. eBay prohibits the sales of firearms and human body parts. The site does allow for the sale of human scalp hair and skulls and skeletons intended for medical
weird.
use.
That's so weird.
So Baron Corbin, unfortunately, is not able to purchase them off eBay for display and or storytelling purposes, which is I'm assuming he does that. I got this one. So yeah, interesting stuff.
Weird.
So he's going to be. I wonder how much practice he's had at pro wrestling.
I don't know.
I mean, it takes a lot of intensive. Like nobody, just not anybody can get in there. Like I'd embarrass myself if I tried to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is he's still in really good shape.
Even if I had like a year's worth of practice, I'd probably really be bad.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I'd be awful.
Kidding.
Outside of like a headlock.
Yeah. My goodness. J.S. Wooden proposes maybe it would have been the Stephen Hilton Wrestling Comedy Review.
Maybe.
That could be. Oh man. Yeah, Samuel Bronkowitz has a good point here. He could sell it on Craigslist. I don't think there's any limits to anything you could do on Craigslist.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure for a while prostitution was completely legal on Craigslist. Well, Craigslist wouldn't, they won't do anything. But I'm sure the cops probably would if they caught you doing it. In any event. Jose Canseco was going to be the thumbnail and title of this show.
Yeah, you got a great shot too.
It's also that's gonna run people off. Nobody's gonna watch that shit. So I figured it'd be a good time to open up the floor. I always like having some of these discussions, anyways.
Yeah.
With our $5 and up patrons who are able to make it. Man, if you're sitting here live during Overrun, then you're something special to us here at Going In Raw.
That's true.
Although I know
dedicated.
Wayne earlier, I saw in chat, he was saying that he was having a row with his boss.
Oh dear.
Which I didn't mean, or he said I'm rowing with I don't know if he meant I'm rowing with my boss, or he was literally rowing.
Team building exercise, maybe.
Maybe. Could be.
You don't know.
I don't want anybody to get fired over being here.
Jason Jimerson has an interesting statistic, assuming it's accurate. 90% of all small claims court cases are involved with Craigslist. I've sold a refrigerator off Craigslist.
So here's the thing. That's a stat that would and would not surprise me.
I know. Ricky Scurvy says, if I don't watch Overrun live, I don't watch it.
That is interesting.
Well, are you aware, Ricky, this is available on video on demand?
Does he not know?
Is it the case where you think it's a one-time deal?
No, he brings up a good point, though, because sometimes Overrun can be live-centric.
Yeah. If you're not there for the experience of it live, it's not much point in watching it.
It's not much of an experience. Maybe.
A.O. Worm wants a monthly raffle.
A monthly raffle? Isn't that chat trivia?
Kind of, yeah.
That's a weekly raffle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like $10 Starbucks gift cards?
So here's what I want, man. People who are watching this or listening to this in the audio realm.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. Like, for example, on the page. I know if you're listening to this in the audio realm, there isn't something immediately there where you can comment because you get it through your RSS feed, probably. If you're watching this via Patreon or listening to it or whatever, in the comments of this episode, if you have feedback, like we're next month, or I'm sorry, November.
Yeah.
We're looking to make some changes at the very least aesthetically, thematically to
the Patreon. Yeah.
The Patreon. We have some cool ideas which we think will be neat for the community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to say they're exclusively just aesthetic, but they are meant to sort of re-energize the Patreon. I mean, it's in Patreon's best practices.
Yes.
It says you should be refreshing your stuff every 6 months. We have not refreshed really much at all.
Yeah.
And so I am kind of curious if people have ideas for things they would like to see on Patreon. Not saying that we're going to take every suggestion or even any of the suggestions.
But we'll take the better ones into consideration. That's for sure.
am definitely curious to know what you guys think about that. One idea I had, for example, would be to make Overrun. Number one, I'm probably going to stop calling it Overrun. To make the bonus episodes maybe Like, for example, one of them would be a gaming thing. And it's honestly, it would just be like a 15-minute. We would do something, put it this way. We would do something goofy on 2K.
Yeah.
You know,
It'd be like a match.
it'd be a match. Maybe we'd each fantasy book or re-gimmick somebody, just something goofy. Or maybe we wouldn't. Maybe we would just do like, an all-Hoss battle royal featuring hosses that are already in the game. Mm-hmm. And, it'd be goofy fun.
Or we can just have a fun match between two community creations.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. And that's once a week, fairly easy for us to do. And it might be something more appealing, maybe, than an additional episode of us sitting here talking to chat.
Yeah.
Where, the rest of the people. I was going to look up really quick, like, what the statistics are in terms of, like, how many people are actually watching.
Mr. Dope says 2v2 tag matches, you guys versus friendos. That'd be cool. I don't know, like, our history, or limited experience, with doing stuff online with the 2K18, with that thing with Dan. And it's
Online's a clusterfuck.
It is, yes.
It's bad. I don't think it's going to get any better, to be honest with you. It seems like the latest updates for online. I mean, here's the thing. It would be what we're looking for, are kind of like stuff that could appeal to the broader Patreon. Like if you're at home, you're like, man, I'm not really into bonus episodes because they talk to chat a lot and I can't be there. So why am I going to bother with that? So I wanted to be something that doesn't involve specific friendos.
Yeah,
because
I think there's a middle. Alex C says one of the biggest selling points for the live aspect of going at Raw is interaction. You guys are great at that compared to other wrestling podcasts. More interaction is more good. So we got to find a balance between interaction, which is at least if Alex C, as we believed, one of the selling points of the live experience.
Which I think is true, yeah.
Balancing that with making it more, I think what you're saying, make it more evergreen to those who can't be here to join us live. There's got to be, we got to find the balance to make the value proposition for both parties relatively equitable.
Like, I think it's possible to make a bonus episode, like bonus content that incorporates the live aspect of it, and at the same time is like appealing to people. Oh man, I missed it. I want to watch it still.
Wayne Maker says record calls to Babe Station. Probably not going to happen, Wayne.
He just never. Really...
Maybe how about this, Wayne? For the next what's today, Thursday? Next few days, prepare yourself for chat trivia this week, okay? Because this week, yesterday was the best chance you had at winning.
He had a good chance.
Instead, you were goofing.
And he had an.
He had a chance. Instead, he was acting a fool.
Yeah, he was shacking.
So get yourself together.
Yeah.
Give it your, like, you have what this next week is the last opportunity you have to win for this current run. All right?
Yeah.
I think. We'll just say that. Yeah. We'll say it. Sure. We'll give Wayne an extra week.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go to the next Tournament of Champions and the final Tournament of Champions. We'll give you one more Wayne week, Wayne, to get yourself together.
So Jameson says, what if different days of bonus content had different things? Monday is like it is now. Tuesday, play 2K. Wednesday, chat trivia. Thursday, community questions, etc. We sort of had an idea like that where Wednesday, because it's open to the dollar patrons.
Monday, you mean?
I'm sorry, Monday. We would sort of keep it loose a little bit.
Yeah, a little broader. Yeah.
Maybe focus a bit more on the non-news aspect of it because it is a bit more sellable. Mm-hmm. And, really load up on the questions like, the people who are here live. Really, do your best to give us some good questions and meaty stuff that we can talk about.
Wayne Maker says, I feel scolded. Well,
no. Well, here's the thing. Like, it's tough love. Mm-hmm. It's love, but it's tough love.
Mm-hmm. We want to see you win, Wayne.
I want to see him win.
I'm rooting for you. I'm not gonna set things up so it's a guaranteed win for Wayne. I'm not gonna do that. But
if I see real effort, then I want that to pay off for him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Dope says, let us watch you guys record Matt Chat. That would be great. That's a possibility.
We have to work out some tech stuff, though.
Well, I was going to say straight up, as long as they didn't care not seeing the video questions.
That's possibility.
That's definitely possible.
We tried a couple times to record Matt Chat, how we record the normal show. However, there's various issues. When I try to do it on my system, I think because the video is recorded with different codecs, different containers, some play better than others. There'd be some freezing during the question, so I'd always have to go back and edit them anyways. The volume levels are all over the place from question to question, sure. So it'd be a situation where I'd probably have to go re-export all the questions in the same codec, make sure the levels are all the same across the board.
Yeah.
And then it would probably be pretty seamless.
Yeah.
It just depends on which would actually take less work doing that versus how I do it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would be totally fine. I think it would actually add maybe a little bit to the Matt Chat experience for patrons if, we sit down to record Matt Chat the way we do it, except when we throw it to the video, we say, okay, here's Christopher Rappersad. Mm-hmm. We just let them know what the question is.
Yeah, totally.
That could be, I could see how people might be interested with a little bit of peek behind the curtains. I had an idea of recording 10, because we're going to be recording like chunks of 10 for the win. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, we're not going to be doing it every week, but like I'm fine opening that up to patrons
and see all our mess ups.
And there would be hardly any interaction. Like that's the kind of thing we could not interact while we're doing that.
Well, one thing I had thought about is if and when I ever get my music gear set up in here, at some point I want to. Like if for example, I'm going to be recording some stuff for some future stuff we're going to be doing related to the channel, not my own stuff. Like, would people interested in be streaming the recording sessions, such as it were? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I think they totally would. I think that would not surprise me at all. I mean, I think that the kind of thing is, it would have to be the thing where it would be, on one hand, there would be a little less structure, but if you keep your notifications on, hey, it's, it's freaking 5:00. Larson's going to be doing like a thing in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Pay attention. I guess that's kind of what I want to go for more with our Patreon is that, okay, so you know how Funhouse has their constant live channel going.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to try to do that, but through the Patreon.
Yeah.
And that, it might take more technological savviness than we have currently, so that might not be possible.
Hey, we can learn.
But I think it'd be interesting to do like a dedicated live channel, like an actual channel that's always going for patrons, and then we cut into that and let people know in advance, hey, we're going to cut into the live stream to do something live.
To actually do something live.
So I do like the idea of revamping the bonus episodes. That's why I brought up the movie club thing.
Yeah.
And the more I thought about it, I like the idea of music club too. I think it's a good idea.
Looks like Matt Chat staying on Sunday.
Okay, cool. Right on. Well, that's why we do that. I wonder if those people realize that there would be nothing to listen to or nothing to watch on Wednesdays, though.
No, we're gonna have stuff from the watch. We'll do a little short form stuff.
No, I know, but we have a big audio audience also.
Yeah, I know. J.S. Wooten says call Adam because Funhouse TV apparently drove him nuts for a while. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. If that's actually something we are serious about doing, I'll drop him a text. I mean, the thing is, we have like a PC here that just sort of sits there. We use it for like live stream video game stuff. And if it's a matter of, here's the thing also, is that there's less pressure on us than I think Funhouse. Like if Funhouse rolls something out, they need to make sure that's going to work. Yeah, I know.
Because there's a lot of expectations.
I know. They're like AEW.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody will pick them apart if it doesn't work. And they've done that for the entire public. If we do it for Patreon, there'll be sort of the caveat, hey, this is something we're going to try. Hey,
this is something you're paying us directly for. Don't get your hopes up.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I think the idea of doing bonus episodes that are very focused and very themed.
Yeah, I think so. Without losing the interactive aspect.
Because the thing is, if we have something to talk about, then the interactivity comes along with that.
It seems more organic as opposed to filling half an hour at a time.
Right, exactly. And that's why I thought like a movie club, because that's why I came in, I asked you, I said, are there 20 movies out there that you feel like without watching again right now? Like,
I don't know about 20, but there's probably a few.
I guarantee you there are 20 movies out there that you could talk about.
It depends on the level of detail you want to discuss.
I mean, here's the thing also about that, is that if you get on Wikipedia and read the plot, it'll come back.
It'll jog memory.
Yeah.
G.S. Wooten says, I want Sneaker Club on this the day full-size run returns. I don't know if full-size runs returns, but people want, if there's demand for movie club, sneaker club, whatever the case may be for themed episodes, totally. There's plenty, I keep up to date on sneaker news.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's something people want,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Zach Stobel wants NBA club.
Yeah, that's really limited. I think the
That's
audience
best for the
that
off
is-
season. Just talk about the politics of everything.
And
That's far more interesting part of it.
I mean, look, I'll put it this way: sports club is not a bad idea.
No.
I think there are people out there who would be interested in like sports club.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's if that would turn off. So let me look here real quick. I'm gonna look at the amount of people here. I'm on. Come on, boy, man, everything's been so like YouTube. I don't know if YouTube's changed things to the degree that it's just man.
Thayer Thabata says a once a week Larson fantasy advice show.
Fantasy.
Taking fantasy football advice from my team. I'm doing very well right now.
Let's see here.
Zach Stolba says it just seems y'all are more interested in basketball. I'm interested in everything about basketball except actually watching the games.
I am interested. I think the thing is, I'm most interested in baskball. I tune out.
Your Slow Wolfpack team is the basketball you're probably most interested in.
No, that's true, but I don't know. Let's see here.
How about this for quality weekly product? Steve convinces me not to buy something.
There you go.
Steve, should I get these shoes?
I mean, I like the Volt and I like the gray, but otherwise, no. I don't. That looks like somebody peed on it in the front.
Well, they have other ones. There's blue, which I'm not too huge on. It's too dark.
No good.
There's that.
Better.
And then there's those ones.
Those are the best. Those are easily the best.
And they have some other ones.
But here's the thing, though. If you're going to do this game, we have to see it.
I know.
We have to see what you're doing.
I know. The more likely scenario is Steve convinced me not to buy a bunch of guitar stuff. What about those?
Those are great. Those are my favorite now. Those are really good.
Those win.
So, like, on average, like, good episodes of good episodes of bonus show gets like 120 to 160.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think that's something like more sellable.
DJ Booty Dan says we need a once a week Heel Larson advice column.
More Lacey and bring back Dog Steve. A lot of people want Gypsy on the show.
Larson guitar reviews. That takes money. I mean, doing sneaker reviews was expensive.
That's true, too.
Guitar reviews would be a hell of a lot more expensive. Hey, if anybody wants to buy, how about this? I'll do a review of my Telecaster Custom. If someone wants to buy it, I can sell that and I can get my Jazzmaster.
Bud Ryan says we need Zodiac and Dogman Club. Those are very specific things. Those are very niche things.
Timothy Lemieux just wants me drinking White Claw. Thayer Thabata wants once a week bash fest where we all bash something for 30 minutes.
Can it just be once a week we bash Thayer Thabata for 30 minutes? Make Thayer feel bad.
Aw.
No, I would never do that.
No.
Let's see here. Sergio C. A Netflix movie stream or an episode of a series. Steve talking about comic books. I mean, there's a lot of very niche things.
Alex, he says, Lars's casual shift to alcoholism, my low-key favorite going in raw joke. It's kind of mine, too.
Okay, so is there something that we could film along the lines of, like...
Do I start doing booze reviews?
No. Along the lines of Friendo Road that would appeal. Like, I'm trying to think of other bonus things that we can do that would actually be worth the time, and could we do it efficiently?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Efficiency is the key.
Like if we had a third person here to handhold an iPhone and film a quick skit, that is literally us just talking back and forth.
Yeah.
That's easy to do.
Yeah.
But we don't have a third person.
We don't. Wayne Maker says, Lars said power rank Fender guitars. Jazzmaster #1, man.
A wacky conspiracy review. You know, I'm actually told like a conspiracy club would be fun too.
Guillaume says, what about live lunch streams? Like you guys eat live and stream and we watch our Going in Raw Overlord stream. That's some ASMR stuff, yeah. Our wives review classic matches.
They have no desire to watch wrestling. Trust me on that one. There's also, I mean, one of the easier things to do would be sort of an easy, and I know it's funny because Sean Ross Sapp does this for his Patreon.
Oh yeah.
It's basically just tape trade.
Yeah.
Is we do commentary over an old match.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
You know, we would just have to make sure that shit doesn't get. I mean, to a degree, we'd have to make sure it doesn't get copyright stricken. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, as long as we didn't have the audio on it and geeked out the video enough, I mean, would that be something that would interest? I would think that would be something to interest people.
Timothy Lemieux wants Steven Larson thumb wrestling. Jimmy Thomas says beard tips with Larson. I have no advice on that. Does Larson's wife like video games? She likes Nintendo stuff. Patrick Sparks says use the goddamn truth exposed bracket.
Conspiracy Club's not a terrible idea. Mm-mm. Like, I mean, just be truth
That's
exposed.
something we've been talking about doing for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason we had never really done it because it feels like it'd be research in advance of actually talking about it in any sort of intelligent fashion.
Thayer Thabata has like the worst idea. Stephen Larson's wives review going in on best of the month videos. The last thing my wife wants to do is watch more of me. Mm-hmm. Believe me, she gets enough of my shit at home, and she can barely even stand that.
Yep.
So having her sit down and watch more of my asinine behavior is basically road to divorce.
Pretty much
at that
same
point.
Here, yeah.
Like any divorce judge in the nation would be like, he made you do what? He made me sit down.
You get everything. You go live in a cave. She gets everything.
Exactly. Bud Ryan says, have it just as your audio. I honestly think there's a way that we could just show the fucking match. And you know, I think that's totally
all right,
doable.
Guillaume, I'm sorry, you've gone too far. He suggests we play Dungeons and Dragons.
What the fuck? Who do you think we are, Guillaume? I do like the idea of I really do want to try to do that turning chat trivia to what Pictionary or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Is it Pictionary? Is that one of them? Win, lose, or draw?
Yeah, win, lose, or draw, I think.
Like, I think it'd be I come up with 3 ideas, you come up with 3 ideas. I tell you my idea, and then you have to draw it.
And then people have to guess
First person who gets it, yeah. I think that's a terrific idea.
And Ricky Scurvy says, play classic World of Warcraft. Get out of here with this nonsense.
What is that?
No RPGs, please.
I mean, do you think people would be cool with us playing non-wrestling games?
Yeah,
would that interest people? Where's the pen? I'm going to start writing some of these ideas down.
Ricky Scurvy says, live call-ins versus Discord.
Or via Discord. Yeah, but I mean, that's such a small thing. I mean, I want something that like somebody who can't be around would be interested in it.
Alex C says, old Adam Blampier style of fantasy booking of angles that would have happened, but in an abstract style of We Book Raw.
Marinko says, I want to see. I mean, we would actually have fun playing like various video games. You know, we've done that before. Let's see here. Video game.
Hello, W.S. Fletcher.
Thing. Movie club.
You said like music, movie, conspiracy club. Those are all options, I guess.
Music. I like that's a platform with like movies, music, conspiracy.
Oh yeah, The Warehouse. Music, movies, conspiracy.
Let's see here.
Zach Stahl is interesting. Steve versus Larson, who make the more successful NBA franchise that's possible in 2K. That's actually not a bad idea.
I know. I really like that idea.
That'd be fun.
NBA 2K.
KFC dating simulator. Apparently, you can die in that game. I've read a couple things about it.
KFC dating. I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. It's a dating simulator that KFC put out. Apparently.
That's fucking weird.
You dying. Jimmy Thomas says, funny non-wrestling news stories. Should we have a politics club?
Drive people away.
Countdown to impeachment.
I love the idea of a GTA live stream.
What do you think? Part of me wants the news of resignation or impeachment to happen while we're on the show, so we get the flip side of what happened when election results came in.
You know, that's a great idea. Here's the thing, though. The big question is, are we going to live stream the day after the election? It all depends on the outcome, doesn't it?
Well, it's a Tuesday, so we're not going to be doing live.
There's
Tuesday
none
nights.
on Wednesday, huh?
No.
Yeah. Regardless, we're not going to be live. Yeah. Oh boy, that could go bad.
Wow.
Huh.
New York Times is saying the whistleblower is said to be a CIA officer who was assigned to work at the White House.
Yeah. Drunk election stream. Oof, that might turn into a suicide election stream. I mean, the funny thing is, when we originally decided to do Going in Raw as its own dedicated channel, it came out it happened because we couldn't really figure out what the theme of like a gaming thing would be.
Well, our hearts weren't really doing, at least my heart really wasn't in terms of this being a gaming channel.
Yeah. I love it. Zach Stolpa, the Washington Insider. From what I'm hearing, the case is not strong to impeach him against. It's what I hear.
Have you read any of the stuff that's come out?
The case to impeach him has been a very strong one for a long time.
Since the day he was elected.
Politically
this
speaking.
newest thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you read the stuff, man.
It's hard to think this guy shouldn't have been impeached a long time ago.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of interest in potentially video game stuff, which, you know, you sort of lose a little bit of the interaction.
Potentially.
But at the same time, look, it might be smart simply because people know us from gaming stuff.
Yeah.
And so if they still want, and we get that question all the time, you're going to go back to gaming stuff? Yeah, you pay us for it, and we will. So,
yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing. There are enough video games out there that, yes, we would never focus the channel on it.
Yeah.
But to goof around on Patreon is a different story. Well, yeah, removal ain't going to happen. You need 2/3 of the Senate for that.
Yeah, the odds of that happening, unless he just turns into his presence just is so cancerous for the GOP that they have no other option.
Yeah.
That's the only way he's actually going to get removed from office.
Yeah. That's a good point. Patrick Sparks says we should try to get Roy Nelsonma on the show. Live stream of the bubbly. It depends. I mean, these things happen in waves. If a couple of prominent Trump-supporting GOP members start defecting, then you'll see he'll be out.
That's kind of what happened. I was listening
He'll
to The Daily, which is New York Times like daily half-hour podcast. I was at the gym last night, and there was a bunch of moderate Congress people that were elected from purple states, purple districts, and I think they wrote an op-ed, I think in the New York Times or Washington Post or something, saying, okay, now that this is starting to come out, we're finally on board the impeachment train. And that's because I guess one of the reasons Pelosi was hesitant to push for it is because she didn't want these moderate Democrat Congress people from purple districts.
She was protecting
re-election.
Yeah. She was protecting her own.
But now that they've come around, and they see it not as a political move, but as like their obligation as an elected official to defend the Constitution and punish criminals in the White House.
I wonder. Yeah, I do kind of wonder if they're if how much of it is because I'm sort of cynical on that. I think that anybody who's coming around to it that previously wasn't coming around to it, they're coming around to it because maybe they get new polling, or maybe they see the writing on the wall, or their consultants are saying this is going to benefit you politically. That's the cynicism of me speaking, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if they were just like, yeah, at this point it's 50-50. You'd be fine if you went along with it. I don't know. I just don't have much trust that any congressperson is doing the right thing for the right thing.
No. And that's like early on when I understand the political aspect of it, but at a certain point, if you just say, well, we don't feel like we want to do it, well, you're giving them the green light to keep doing this stuff.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you got to hold them accountable.
I wouldn't take anything Tulsi Gabbard says for much, to be honest with you, Zach Stolpa.
Yeah, she's not the most trustworthy source.
No, she's not.
Minion said his state just banned vaping.
Yeah, that's happening. Hey, let me ask you this. Talk about conspiracy theory. That's got to be Big Tobacco doing that, right? That's totally
Because
Big
the people that
Tobacco doing
were
it.
dying because of vaping was the black market.
The black market
weed
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the legit stuff.
I know.
And
I
like
know.
the CEO of Juul just stepped down, and guess who replaced him? Or her? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Big Tobacco.
A Big Tobacco person.
Yeah, I know.
Of course,
That's
man.
totally. They just man. And the shit they put in fucking cigarettes, dude.
It's nasty.
That shit should be off the fucking market.
Yeah.
Like, my God. I know I'm getting worried, man. Lacey says she's going to quit on her 40th.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
It is fucking not easy to do that shit.
Jason Jimmer said that Trump should have been impeached for altering that weather map a month ago.
Right?
Fool gets a Sharpie out.
Right? Seriously. DJ Booty Dan. Yeah, but I thought vaping was better than honk, honk. I hate those commercials so
know.
much. And you know what I hate the most? Little lungs in a great big world.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking hate those commercials. They're the worst. Man. Wayne says energy drinks are the next big thing.
Oh, man. No one's taking away my energy drinks. Someone tries to take my sugar-free Red Bull and my pear mango bang out of my hand.
You're
Oh,
gonna
man.
cite the Second Amendment on that one.
Yeah, man.
Energy drinks
Except the
help me
guns
defend
I'm
my
worried
family.
the guns I'm worried about are firearms. They're these. I need my caffeine. It's my pre-workout.
Oh man. So, anyways, there's a lot of good
Yes.
suggestions here. If you guys have any other like serious suggestions for things, and it's open to everything. Monthly raffle, we're open to it. Anything we're open to. Calls to Discord. Don't take my say, immediately shooting it down as we're not open to it. If we can make it, if we can think of a way that we really think it could be a sellable thing to more patrons, then we're going to do it. So leave it in the comments below, or leave it in the comments for this Patreon post. Maybe I'll do a dedicated one. I don't know. But we'll take a look at them. We'll see what people have to say about it.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for your input.
Thank you very much.
We're going to eat our food and do a news brief.
Yes.
So thanks everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.